Hello, fellow friends and Simmerstorians. Welcome back to the Victorian Royalty Challenge. Dude, are you okay? Honestly, I'm like really questioning Hanul's sanity at this point. So we are starting off today with a royal banquet. Obviously, not everyone seems to be excited about it. We have our regent here, Sybil, and she is in her second trimester and also doesn't look to be very pleased. So I didn't plan for like a throne for the king or queen today. The point of this banquet or ball is really to let everyone mingle and get to know each other. We've got quite a bit of schmoozing that's probably going to happen. For some reason, Annalise and Geneva are just really interested in chilling with the servants today. I didn't anticipate this, but it does seem like Hanul and Emily are, I don't know, interacting quite a lot so far. But it appears as though these two are just kind of hiding from all the festivities with food. Although I don't know what's going on with her. So Emily is pregnant. We did not discover that in our first episode. Yeah. Oh, poor Emily. Can you imagine being at a royal ball and having morning sickness? Oh, what? What is happening? What? Who's fighting? Hang on. Is that Annalise and Christopher? Oh my god, we have a married couple fighting at our first ball. And can we just... Honestly, she doesn't look blessed, but I feel like our royal monarch here is probably like, this is everything I've ever wanted. What was that? Okay, so, yeah, they're married. Oh my god, he's livid. Christopher is so upset. I feel like Christopher started this fight. Do you have a black eye? Oh my god. What? So Christopher definitely started this fight. They have a bit of a weird relationship in the first place. So I know I mentioned to you guys last time that I wasn't really sure. Oh my god. Near misery. She's so happy. I mentioned to you guys last time that I wasn't really sure I understood how their relationship worked out. I'm pretty certain that their marriage is the result of a very problematic arranged marriage, and so I don't know if they're still kind of early in that relationship and struggling to get along, but I think he suspects that Annalise is having an affair, and I'm really interested in figuring out how that is going to go. Why is Hanul fighting our ship? Okay, we've got some... Hang on. Okay, we just had to repeal roughhousing encouraged for some reason. That was enabled here. So we're just gonna start inviting people to dance. Hopefully everyone can just kind of like relax and have a good time, despite the fact that our ball started out with a literal brawl. I think we've kind of punished them to just like sitting out here and thinking about what they've done. Look at her face. Obviously, you know, we don't want them ruining the entire ball with their antics, so they're out here discussing what's happening. I don't know if he, like, intercepted a letter or something that she was writing to a lover, but obviously things are not great, but you know what? For the sake of the ball, I think they've kind of decided to just leave it alone and come back to it when they get home. Or at least Christopher has decided that he is not interested in letting this ruin his day. On the bright side, it looks as though Hanul and Geneva are getting along pretty well with the king and queen. Sybil and Hanul seem to be kicking it off, and I think Hanul looks a little bit less upset, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I think he's got a black eye too from fighting now. None of this was anticipated. But on the bright side, like, Albert's not really much of a party animal. He just kind of enjoys sitting on the sidelines. And Geneva is also, you know, just kind of a mild-mannered sim and would rather just kind of watch things happen as they do. I'm actually kind of surprised that Hanul is the one dancing and she's the one sitting out. Christopher, where are you going? Why are you leaving the party? Obviously Christopher has just kind of had enough of the situation and is just going to, oh, what is happening here? So for some reason, Emily is kind of out here by herself, just enjoying the night. I mean, it's a beautiful town. I think she's just kind of not feeling the drama, especially since she's not feeling well at all because of her morning sickness. And Christopher also is just kind of like, this is insane. I can't believe I just got into a brawl with my wife in public. And so I think they're just kind of enjoying each other's company. I mean, I guess maybe it's possible that Christopher is the one having the affair. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and find out. It is quite an intimate moment, regardless of this gardener literally watching them as she swings. Oh yeah, she just hit her first trimester. I think she's feeling a little insecure. We've got some wild pregnancy hormones and some acne happening, which no one wants at a ball, you know? So I think maybe Christopher is just out here kind of like telling her like, no, nobody notices you're glowing, like hormones are what they are, but you should still enjoy the party. Is the acne like contagious right now? Maybe it's syphilis. Okay, we're not gonna go there. So I'm working on a project that I'm pretty excited about. I'm trying to create some character traits for chronic diseases that would be associated with the 19th century, and we'll do like random roles to see who we can assign them to. And I'm pretty excited about that. But that's a few weeks away. We've got some time. So Christopher is definitely trying to maybe do some damage control after the fight this morning. Although, to be honest, Sybil is so happy about the level of drama that just occurred. What? Well, everything is very out of hand at the moment. It's great. It's great. So Christopher is really interested in some kind of social status climbing. So he is probably going to be trying to interact with Sybil for most of the night. She obviously is kind of done with it and like stepped away from him. And I think she knows that he's trying really hard to get control over the Royal Army or the Navy, and she's just like, yeah, I know oh, fighting again? What is going on with you guys? Yeah, I mean, he knows that his advances are struggling a bit, obviously, but he's still trying because he really wants that level of power. Although there's only so much he can do when his wife just keeps yelling at him in the middle of the party. I think she tried to put some makeup on to hide the black eye, but it's not really working. Look at Geneva. She's like the only one actually having fun right now and stayed out of the drama. But in the meantime, Sybil and Emily are, you know, chatting and bonding a little bit. It's kind of not what I expected just because, I don't know. I mean, on the other hand, I think that Sybil knows she can probably control Emily if she needs to because she's just such a nice, mild-tempered person. So that's actually probably someone that she would want to be involved with, as opposed to like the Ashbys where she has very little control over everything they do. But Christopher is not leaving her side. I mean, he's had how many meals? Is he still hungry? Is that possible? I mean, he's such a large man. So I guess it is possible. Albert is literally hiding in the bathroom. My dude, are you okay? So, being the kind of even-tempered sim she is, Geneva kind of sits down and tries to interact with them, but is generally just quite appalled at their behavior. And, like, the fact that a woman is fighting and then tries to cover up the fighting with makeup and everything is just, like, honestly really kind of inappropriate. Oh, Emily and her poor pregnancy hormones. She's not doing well at all. Wait, whose bladder just failed? Oh no. The queen's bladder just failed at a banquet. This is not going well. Okay, well, we're gonna have to let Sybil excuse herself. So I put these fences up to prevent everyone from, like, going upstairs and running around the house and, like, ruining everything. But we're gonna have to let Sybil excuse herself here. She's gonna take a bath, and it's already, like, oh god, it's 7 a.m. Okay, well, we're gonna let Sybil go to bed. Because this poor woman. But meantime, the party is still going strong with everyone here. And for some reason, Hanul is, you know, chatting up the jester. So Albert hasn't actually formally met Christopher yet, so they are doing that at the moment. Christopher kind of gets the idea that he can push Albert around a little bit more because Albert's a bit of a softie. So they'll probably be chatting for a while. So Albert and Christopher here are having this nice conversation with a little fire in the background, and Hanul actually decides to join. So we've got a lot of the men. We're just missing, who are we missing? We're missing 1 or 2 sims, I think, but we can't have it all. Hanul immediately stands up. So I don't think this conversation is going in a direction that Hanul is interested in contributing to. So Christopher is obviously chatting up Albert. He's really interested in who's crying. Why? Emily. I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh my god. So Albert's like, you know, we still have a lot of royal positions available. Like, it definitely seems as though you're interested in one of them, because Sybil does not confide in Albert for anything. So he has absolutely no idea that Sybil is aware that Christopher is just trying to ladder climb and, you know, get a little bit closer to the throne. And so he's like, yeah, I don't really see a reason why we couldn't give you any kind of role in the army or navy. Because Albert is not really interested in taking over that role himself. He's very gentle. He always viewed himself as a pacifist. And so the entire situation for him in the royal household has been kind of hard. And he would love to have some help. So they're gonna set up a meeting later to chat about all of that. And the royal banquet is now over. It's 9 a.m., so I think it's probably fair that we can let everyone go home. Oh my god. And so that way we can start preparing for the royal birth. Really excited about that. You guys have given me such great names. So we've got some good options for Sybil's child. So once Sybil gives birth, we're gonna hop over to the DuPonts, because Emily is pregnant as well, and we get to name her child as well. Yeah, but it's interesting because everyone has gone home at this point except for Christopher. So I think maybe they're just gonna kind of like hang out and chat. It actually looks like they're getting along so well. The servants are starting to like take care of all of the chaos that's happening. But maybe I think he's heading home now because it's like 10 a.m. He's exhausted. It actually wasn't super abnormal in the 19th century for parties to just last for days and days on end. So it's kind of cool that it we managed to have this go all night. Sybil, of course, is trying to protect her pregnancy, and she also had a bit of a bladder accident in her party, which no one wants as the monarch. However, no one was in the banquet room, no one saw it. She just immediately went to bed, and no one really thought anything of it because she is pregnant, and so her excusing herself without letting people know is not really something that people were worried about. All right, so Sybil's just about to enter her first trimester. We've got a little teeny tiny bit of time before that happens, so we're gonna go check in on another household. I think maybe we should check in on the Ashbys and see what's going on with them, because we haven't really stepped into their lives yet, and so I'm definitely curious to see why they got into a brawl. One of them is cheating. I don't know which one it is. It was kind of obvious at the ball that Emily didn't really feel like her husband was engaging with her. Actually, was he even there? We absolutely invited Bartholomew. I think he came and then left. So he left his pregnant wife at the royal ball. So I think there's maybe cause for Emily to be feeling a little bit lonely and not very well supported in her marriage, because this is a really hard time for her, being pregnant and, you know, first like joining the nobility and everything. So all of that happening at once is a lot. All right, so here we are checking in with the Ashbys. I love their house. And they actually have like a really good area up here for entertaining. So I think it's perfect that they've got this entertaining area on the 3rd floor, because that's actually pretty historically accurate. A lot of 19th century mansions and estates would have the banquet hall on the top floor. Christopher is just kind of trying to forget about everything that happened. He doesn't really seem to be too concerned. Annalise has not quite gotten over the situation. She's still got a black eye from their literal fight. I mean, this is such an abusive situation. I mean, I know that she's a bit conniving, but her husband is still her tie to everything. So despite the fact that he physically beat her up, she is feeling a little bit trapped in the entire situation and doesn't really know what to do. I mean, she has an obligation to like procreate with him, and so their romantic relationship status is still decently high. I think they're kind of discussing what happened and trying to figure out like where to go from here. Annalise is trying to be really nice to him, and just, I feel like maybe she has some kind of plan that she's thinking about enacting. I can't imagine that she's the kind of sim who would want to stay in a physically abusive and terrible relationship like this. So to his face, she is trying to maintain as though it doesn't bother her, that she's fine, that like she thinks she deserved the black eye. But in her head, she's like, I'm gonna get rid of you. Although, how do you get rid of a sim who's this physically fit? I mean, she's in for a tricky situation, let's be real. But she needs to convince him that she has no hard feelings. And the only way that we are going to be able to do that is to sleep with him. Part of her plan does include an heir, so she can get rid of him and then contain the family line, because she married into his royal family. She is of pretty common blood, and that's why she feels this obligation. Oh, we're going for the shower? Okay, well, we'll let them do that. But that's why she feels an obligation to stay with him, because she doesn't actually come from a place where she inherently would have a royal title that she could even revert to. And divorce in this era is obviously very complicated and tricky, especially when you're an aristocrat. So she needs to make sure that her place is secure, and the only way that she can do that is to have an heir, because he does have siblings. And so if he were to die or go missing, then look at that masterful maneuver. She is obviously not just thinking about maneuvering chess, to be clear. So if something were to happen to him, she would need to have an heir so that it doesn't revert back to his younger brother. I think she feels like she has a lot of control over the situation, so she's not really concerned anymore. Also, sorry, you guys might be hearing construction outside of our window. I can't really do much about that. Okay, Annalise is pregnant. Her plan is going accordingly. She feels great about the situation. She can't wait to tell her husband, because obviously Christopher is not going to think anything of the situation. He's going to be very excited. I mean, this kind of secures his place as a noble at the moment. Of course, she's telling him through a literal wall. So he seems a little overwhelmed at the moment. Actually, he could be happier. I'm not really sure what he's feeling at the moment, but he didn't seem super excited. All right, well, we are gonna head back to the main house. So we're back at the monarch's castle, and a very pregnant third trimester Sybil is getting down to some Baroque music. Brutally dance. What does this mean? Christopher is obviously upset. I think maybe Christopher is trying to emotionally manipulate Albert into like taking precise action and having him like, you know, make things final. But Albert's not really comfortable doing that without talking to Sybil about the positions for the Royal Navy and stuff. I think he wants to wait until Sybil has given birth before he, you know, tells her that he has some plans that he wants to enact, but he's also like thinking that Sybil's going to respond really well, because she always complains that he just is quite a passive person and like the stuff he does is, you know, kind of useless. Poor Albert. And so he's over here like, Sybil's gonna be so proud of me. I'm like action and trying to do things, and it's gonna go really well. Little does he know. Oh, look at them dancing together. Wait, that's cute. Enjoying the last of their child-free days. Although they do have a royal nanny, so it's not like their lives are going to change that much. Sybil's just gone into labor. I guess she danced her way to labor. Oh no, Albert. Albert is not handling the news well. And meanwhile, Sybil is just napping through contractions, which is more power to her. I don't know how she's handling that. All right, guys, our first royal birth. How excited are you? Okay, it's a boy. Let me check on the names you guys voted for. All right, so his name is going to be Frederick. Thank you so much to those of you who created the name and voted for them. So this name was submitted to me by Jamie Anna Vanna. Thank you so much. And then Hansel had this great idea that we would like vote on the names and stuff, and so Hansel is the only one who like voted. And so this baby was either going to be Frederick or Elizabeth, so we're going with Frederick. Oh my god, we have twins? I was unprepared for that. Okay, thankfully we have a ton of other names we can use. So we're gonna go with Edward. So we have Frederick and Edward. I'm not sure who's going to be the heir. I mean, I think maybe that's going to be something they'll have to decide on a little bit later once they see who is, you know, the most well suited for the throne. Let's go hop over to the DuPonts and we will see Emily give birth, and we will name her child. Hopefully it's just one child. Why are you so embarrassed? Yeah, poor Emily is struggling quite a lot with those pregnancy hormones. She's also trying to cover it up with makeup, and it's not going well, and she just fell. Emily, I'm so sorry. She has just had the worst sim pregnancy I think I have ever played. I don't know why it's so hard for her. I mean, I guess that's a little bit concerning statistically. Like, I don't know if we need to be worried about the safety of Emily and the baby at this point, just because I don't know, she seems to be struggling a lot, and I'm not sure if that's indicative of something that might happen. So I do have a mod for miscarriages and maternal death, and I'm really excited about that. I haven't played with it yet, so this is kind of like, I haven't seen how it goes and how it works. But Emily does seem like the kind of sim who just likes to get outside and like away by herself pretty often. I think she just gets overwhelmed a lot and just loves to spend time outside in her garden, and I do love that. I think they've got such a great garden for that kind of sim. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think that she would cheat on Bartholomew with Christopher? I mean, it seems like she and Bartholomew get along pretty well. I still haven't fully grappled with the fact that he just kind of abandoned her at the royal ball. And especially given her state, like, this pregnancy has just been so hard on her and he just wasn't there. So I don't know, maybe she had like a moment of weakness. I'm really excited to figure out what is going on and what happened. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely curious. But it does look like at home Bartholomew is, you know, doing a good job being there for her. Maybe he just like prioritizes his role as the royal advisor over his relationship, which like honestly it wouldn't be that surprising. And so in that moment maybe he was busy and he wasn't really at the ball because he was busy taking care of some royal stuff. And you know, Emily's kind of like, yeah, I get it, I understand. But at the same time, like, you kind of want your husband to be there for that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I'm not really sure that she, as a wife in the 19th century, really would feel comfortable confronting him about that kind of stuff. So, I don't think that Emily is really going to be upset and yell at him. I mean, she's obviously upset. She's very pregnant. But I don't see her, you know, doing or saying anything about it, especially not to the degree that like Annalise and Christopher were confrontational. All right, we've got the bassinet prepared, so we are all set for when she gives birth. We've probably got a couple more hours on that. Oh no, actually, she's in labor already, and she's going to eat instead of giving birth. All right. Let's not do that. Let's maybe have you just give birth and then we can take care of your needs. Sorry, I know that's obviously not what you want. I'm kind of thinking it's gonna be a girl. I don't know. We'll see. That's just my gut response, is that they're gonna have a girl. Well, I was correct. Okay, let me check out those great name suggestions. Maybe Elizabeth? Actually, I'm gonna go with Charlotte just because her name is Emily, and so that's a little bit close. Who knows? Maybe Charlotte will have an arranged marriage with one of the royal twins. So there we have it. Our first births of the challenge. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a little bit of a wild time. I mean, we've got, I don't know, I think we've got a lot of stuff to take care of next episode. We need to figure out, is Emily cheating on Bartholomew? And what is going on with the Ashbys? What kind of plot does Annalise have there? And yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining, and see you next time.